All right, so thanks again for taking the time out of your day. I know it's a Friday and whatnot, but I appreciate it. You know, a lot of the stuff that's I'm going to talk about is for rookies, but as all of you know who have been coming to camp, a lot's changed. So at least everybody can kind of get on the same page. For anybody that's going to watch it later, you know, if anybody has questions, as I always say, feel free to reach out. Call me, email me, whatever it takes. You know, I'd rather everybody be informed before coming to camp than coming to camp completely lost. So with that said, I am actually going to share my screen. And let's see here. A fancy little PowerPoint presentation. There we go. All right, so although this is going to be interesting because now I can't see who needs to get in. Give me 1 second. There we go. Perfect. All right. So now everybody should know the dates. I hope you know what week you're going to, but in case not, November 6th to the 11th is your week 1 camp, and following that is the 13th to the 18th is week 2. Now, for the agenda, I'm gonna go over the basic info stuff. You know, a lot of you remember when you signed up before, I would just go over, you know, the basic information you need to know, like book your flights and all this other stuff. So I'll go over that. We'll take a quick look at the tentative schedule. Keep that in mind, tentative schedule. Go over some media guide stuff, and then what's new, what to expect, what to bring. Talk about alumni stuff, and some of them are on here. I'll let them speak. And I got an announcement after that. And don't worry, I'm not leaving. Every time I say that, you guys always ask me if I'm leaving. No, I'm staying. And then questions at the end. You know, I always go by, there's no bad question, guys. There's no, you know, if you're curious about something or want to know something and you're afraid to say, if you don't want to bring it up in the chat, just email me and I'll answer it for you. But there's no such thing as a bad question, so don't be afraid of that. So let's start. So as you all know, you should know, the base package, which is what everybody, when you sign up, that's what you start out as. And then you have the ability to get upgrades if you want that. Now, when a lot of the rookies signed up for camp, they selected things and they weren't 100% sure what the private fan and family packages were. So now I'm going to explain that. The private room package, which is also called the All-Star package, is that is a additional charge, and you just get your own room. It could be double bed, it could be king bed, it just depends on the availability, but you will have a private room. Because the base package, when you buy in, is a shared room. So if you have the base package, you will be sharing a room with someone. And if you want to change that, you need to let me know. The fan package, same thing, except you're going to bring a fan with you. So that just means you're paying for an upgrade to your private room, and then also the admittance of whoever your one guest is. So your wife, your family member, a kid, a friend, whatever, that's not playing. So in other words, they will get access, they'll get an ID, and they get access to all of the perks of coming to camp, minus going in the clubhouse and going on the field and going to the dugout. They get to do the food, they get to go to all the events, kangaroo court, the casino night, all that stuff. So, and now that I said that, please guys, I know a lot of you like to bring your kids on the field or in the dugout when I'm not looking. I please just don't do that. It's a liability, it's a hazard, and God forbid something happens and they get hit. You know, I don't want to see a kid get hit on the field because they're not paying attention. So, you know, moving forward, you know, please, you know, friends and family out of the field, out of the dugout, let them sit on the outside of the dugout like they're supposed to be. And don't let them in the clubhouse either, please, because there's guys changing. People aren't comfortable when that happens. So leave family members out. I beg you. And I don't want to be the bad guy. You guys know I'm a nice guy and I don't like confrontations, but if I have to remove someone because they're on the field, I will, and I don't want to. So please just nip it in the butt before it begins. Anyways, that's my rant for tonight. Anyway, family package. That's basically the fan package, but you get 2 rooms conjoining. If they can't conjoin, they will be close together, and you'll have the ability to all your family members that are in that other room to do the same thing as the one fan package. They get to go to all the events, the food's included, and all that stuff. Important thing to note, which you should all know, is the airfare is not included. I got rid of that in 2016 after we had the blizzard, and it made my life an absolutely living hell trying to get everybody down here. So with that being said, it's very, very important that you guys monitor the weather. I mean, I will do the same, but if there is a freak storm coming around in November, I know it's not as prudent as in January when camp was, but if bad weather's on the way, do yourself a favor and possibly look at changing your flight. I know a lot of airlines are still given that COVID, friendly waiving fees and stuff like that. So just look into that if you have to. There is a bus that does the transportation from the airport, the shuttle. Not many people take it because a lot of you guys rent cars and carpool together, and which is great. But there is the bus there, and it will continue to be theirs until you guys stop using it. But I don't know the time that it'll leave. I'll go into that later on when I talk about the new stuff, because as you know, the schedule's changed a little bit. For your flight timing, you'll want to get an early flight in on the day you arrive. Again, I'll go over that later. And then for the time for the flight back, again, I'll go over it later with the schedule, but you'll notice that we're reverting back to the 2012, 2013 schedule where you end on Friday afternoon. So the bus will leave probably around 3 p.m. To go back to the airport on Friday. Early arrivals, late departures for the hotel. So with that, I've told a lot of you already, you are responsible for any nights at the hotel before or after the stay. I take care of everything else for you unless you do the hotel discount. But so you want to arrive a day earlier, which I would advise just in case of weather and all that stuff. But you will need to call the hotel and book that yourself and pay for that separately. We stay at the Hilton Garden Inn, and and we also, with the camp being expanded, if we have any spillover, the owners that own Hilton Garden Inn also own Spring Hill Suites. So there may be a point, I don't know yet, where I may have you guys choose which hotel you want to stay at. But right now we're strictly Hilton Garden Inn until they tell me otherwise. Wood bats, metal cleats, batting gloves. So wood bats, this is a wood bat only and composite. We allowed that last year. We didn't have any issues as long as it's wood composite. Absolutely no metal spikes, only plastic or rubber cleats. And then batting gloves, which I'll go into a little bit later. But if you want to bring your own batting gloves, we don't supply those, so bring those if you want. Probably the most, and anybody in here can agree with me as far as this goes, I can't stress enough to you guys how important it is to start training for this week, or weeks if you're doing both weeks. Your body is going to ache in places you didn't know it could ache after you're done, and that's after the first day. So we got a great group of trainers. We use Mets minor league trainers, so Vanessa, Anthony, Kayoshi, all these guys who have been doing camp for years. Matt Hunter, he's the lead boss of them all. They're all amazing people, and they take really good care of you, so you're in good hands. But keep in mind, working at it early, stretching now, doing sprints. One misconception is, you go run for miles and miles and miles. That's great and all, but that's not going to help you at all in fantasy or in baseball, really, because your body is doing short bursts of running. Baseball, as we all know, is a very slow game, a very paced game, and there's not a whole lot of action all the time. So the sitting and then running and sitting and running, your muscles are not going to react to that if you don't stretch them out. and start doing that now. HSS is our sponsor. They usually bring down a couple trainers or doctors. Again, they work alongside our guys and they do a fantastic job, and thank them for that. But hopefully, the key or the point of it all is not to use them, but they're there if you need them. So, and they will take very good care of you. The uniform form. All right, so it's not just the uniform form. A lot of people always ask me about uniform sizing. The form that I used to call it the October mailing, because when camp was in January, I'd always send it on October. So do the math and then figure that out. I think it's about August. I would say, oh man, August may be a bad time to send that out. I may send it out earlier. I will send you a link to a form, kind of like the form you guys registered with for the new guys, and all you old folks, you already know. But you'll fill that out. That'll be the last time you could change anything. It'll go over hotel, it'll go over uniform sizing, it'll go pretty much over everything. And yes, uniforms are included. I know that was a question asked. But one thing I want to stress out to all of you guys, I know I'll give you a great example. Yesterday, I sent out an email for everybody to send me their addresses for their baseball cards, who got baseball cards. And I literally got blasted with emails, which is great. I love that. However, when I send out a form for you guys to fill out, you never fill it out. You wait till the last minute. So if you can please do those forms when I send them out ASAP. I know you're busy. I'm busy. We're all busy. But if you could spend 5 minutes to do those forms and get them to me quick, then I can make sure everything gets done right. And then you guys have a good time at camp, because my organization and all that depends on you guys sending me all this information as soon as you can. Because if I get a bazillion things last minute, then everything else is delayed. And it's frustrating for me. And 5 minutes of your time is and you don't do that, it's gonna last me hours. So I would really appreciate it. And I know you all are great at it, but if you could do those forms as quickly as possible. Yes, sorry, Ned, that's a good point. We are going to Grays. So with that said, it is very important for all veterans to know we are not doing blues no more. The team is not wearing blue alts anymore, away alts. They're going to gray and they're going to black. I'm not doing black. Black is miserable in summer in Florida heat. You guys can thank me later. The coaches used to wear black and they constantly said how bad the black was down in Florida. So we're not doing black, so don't ask. We are doing gray. Blacks are hideous, guys. Come on. So the gray uniform. So if you went to camp back in, I think it was 13, 14, maybe 15, correct me if I'm wrong. You could wear your grays if you want. If you want a new set, you got to let me know, because a lot of people who did the renewal form said they take the full discount, and I know that you've only been to camp the last couple of years. So please get with me, make sure we're on the same page as far as you needing a black jersey. Email me, call me, email is better. Just email me saying, hey, I need a gray jersey, and I can check and make sure you're good. Because basically what I did for veterans is if you need a gray jersey, I put you the full discount, and then I just added on that gray jersey. So thanks for bringing that up, Ned. That's good. Rawlings. So with Rawlings, it was amazing last year. A lot of you guys capitalized on the opportunity to buy Rawlings gear. I got the price list. Prices did go up a little bit, but it's not the same discount as applied. It's just, we all know everything's going up. So I will get that settled, and then I will let everybody know, and I'll email out that form, and we'll just stick. I mean, the process last year worked out pretty well. So basically what it's going to entail for the rookies is I got a deal with Rawlings. They are giving us what's called platinum pricing, which is the pricing they give the players, like the actual players. So you can get a customized Mets glove, blue and orange with your name and number, American flag, Mets symbol, everything. And you could get it for, I think, like 30% off or something like that, which Rawlings never gives out to anybody for their customized gloves. But you also get it for everything else. So I'll go over it later. When I do send out the form, I'll give you instructions on how to do your own glove if you want your glove, but they have everything. They have like briefcases, they have wallets, they have bags. A lot of guys bought catcher's gear last year. So the list is really long. You'll take a time to look through it and you find out what you want. You'll see the pricing, you see the discount, and then you fill out the form. You can send it to me, and then I'll just add it to your account and then charge you when I order all of that. Cancellations. So I know they happen. I know, family issues, sickness. I know all these things happen, and is if you want or need to cancel, I don't know why you would, but if you are willingly wanting to cancel just for the sheer of wanting to cancel, let me know as soon as possible. The only reason why I beg of that is because Nike's uniform policy is really, really strict, and it's way, way out there as far as the timeline goes. So you could cancel 10 weeks out from camp, and I won't be able to fulfill or refill your spot. And now that we expanded camp and stuff, I really, really, really need everybody there. So I can't bring anybody in the wait list in, and I can't even really bring veterans in anymore because of the gray uniform. So please, if you know you cannot come to camp before I send that uniform thing out, let me know. You're doing me a favor. You're doing everybody else a favor as well. But again, I understand last minute things happen. I'm pretty reasonable when it comes to things like that. If you do have an issue and you need to cancel, just call me. Let me know what's going on. I'll roll you over to next year. You'll have your spot for next year, and we'll take care of that then. Final payment. A lot of you, everybody's pretty much done with the deposits. There's some of you that have not paid yet, either because you haven't reached out to me with your credit card number, or I haven't reached out to you, or you've given me your card and I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I've been busy with spring training stuff. Which is not a big deal. I'll get you eventually. But the final payment is in September. Again, it takes me a long. I'm a one-man show, so it takes me forever to do everything when it comes to this regard because I have to manually do every single person's thing. So just bear with me. I know you guys are great at that, but and understand. But I will start taking the payments out starting September 1st, and I will also email you. I'll give you the courtesy of emailing you a couple weeks ahead of time just to give you heads up in case you need to change cards, your card's expired or it was compromised, which it seems like everybody's card gets expired or compromised. I don't know what you guys are doing, but you need to chill with your cards, okay? All right, so that is it with that. The next slide, hang on, sorry. All right, so the schedule overview. Everybody can see this, right? I hope. Frank, I have you on my screen. Can you see it? Shake your head yes if you can see. Okay. All right, so
yeah, we can see it. Yep, we can see it, Doug.
Perfect. Thanks, Jared. So this is a tentative schedule, guys. So I mean, obviously things can change, but just to run through it real quick. So here's the big thing that I need everybody to understand. Sunday is now your showcase day. So it's not Monday anymore. As you can see, I added a game for you guys. So now you're playing 8 games instead of 7. So you guys get in. I suggest you get early flights. If you want to fly in the day before, I mean, go for it just to be here because I know veteran week 1, not such a big deal because a lot of the coaches know you already, but you got to remember, it's been a year since they've seen you. You guys are, getting older, a year older now. So they want to see you at your peak time at the camp. So it's very important that you guys are there for the showcase. Now the rookies, the showcase is basically we break up in stations. We used to do this Monday morning, break you up in stations and you showcase your skills. It's a pitching, hitting, fielding, outfield. All the coaches will be there and they will be monitoring you guys and taking their notes. And then, so we'll do that from 1 to 3. And then right after that, we will draft the teams behind closed doors. You guys don't see that, but you guys could go to the hotel, you could relax a little bit. And then we'll do the draft and then we'll announce the teams during the dinner, which I think will be pretty cool. So again, showcase is on Sunday now, guys. It is on Sunday. We are hitting the ground running with this camp. There's no more chilling out one on the very first day. We're going to hit the ground running and we'll get going right when you guys get there. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your flights. And then, yeah, so Monday, we, it's back to almost like a normal schedule, morning meeting, stretching, game 1, lunch, game 2. So we'll start off that Monday morning with a game. We'll still do the evening team dinners. Now, a couple questions I'll answer later, but food was brought up in one of the questions, and the team dinner evening is on you guys. What you guys, your team gets together, you guys as a team figure out where you want to go and take your coaches out to dinner, and then you guys handle that. It's a nice little addition that we did years ago. It's a good team bonding moment, and we've been doing it ever since. Tuesday, breakfast, morning meeting, photo day, still photo day. And again, for photo day, guys, I know some of you don't like doing it, but it's really awkward when you get your team photo and you're not in it. So please make sure you go there for that. Game 3, lunch, game 4. And then we have the dinner and the casino night. Same thing, charity night. The casino night, you guys seem to love it, and it was a great time. It was a new event last year. We had a blast running it, and I will be adding more poker tables for both weeks. And feel free to email me with suggestions. Email me, don't chat it because I will forget it. But email me if you have any suggestions. I'm always open to things. Trick to clear your money. Nice, Steve. Yeah. So also, I'm going to try to address those who do not gamble and who do not want to game, which I completely understand, and that is fine. Just look at the raffle tickets and stuff like that, like you did last year. But the tour was brought up, which we could certainly do. I mean, there's not much to look at there. I mean, it's inside the bellows of the stadium. So you're already in the most important room, the clubhouse, for the casino games. So, but yeah, we could certainly organize a tour. And then if you like I said, if you guys have any other suggestions that you would want to do that night, let me know. Also, the casino night for the rookies, it was a new thing we did last year. We used to have a bull session, and it was okay. I mean, it was fine. But I like to change things up periodically. So we went with a casino night. It was a great time. Basically what you get is you get play money, and then from there you could buy more. All that money we raise will go to charity. And then we have raffles at the end of the night. You put your little raffle tickets you exchange your chips for, put your name on it, throw it in the box for the item you want, and then I'll draw them the next day, and then I'll post up who won what. So yeah, it's a good time. I can't tell you what memorabilia is because I'm at the mercy of New York, and they send me whatever they have left. But one thing that I do is $1,500 off the following camp, the next year's camp. So that's a nice prize that seems like everybody put their ticket in. So
Letting close.
Mute. All right, so Wednesday, moving on, same thing, 5 and 6. I will obviously reorganize the tournament and figure out playoff structure and all that. The Kangaroo Court is that night, and then with moving all the stuff around, we'll do the Tudos that night as well. So for those who want to eat and stuff, like you can still eat before if you want, or you could wait till Tudos that night too. So that'll be nice. We're going to be at Barron again, the building across the street. So you just run over, boom, go to your room if you want, and then run back over to Tudos. It's perfect setup. You guys are asking questions now. Hang on. Peter, yes. So the grouping, which I'm not even going to mention that in this evening, so I'm glad you mentioned it. Grouping. So I know a lot of you always want me to do more than 2, and I can't. I will continue to stick to my guns on this. Groups of 2. What happens is if there's more than 2 in a group, if there's a 3 or foursome, I will tell the coaches in the draft, like, hey, these guys are 2 and 2. They want to be together. If you can make it happen, they would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. And we go from there. A lot of times it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But I can promise you that I will at least let the coaches know, and they will do their best to accommodate you guys. But, doing more groups, it's not fair to your other teammates. A lot of the most common excuse I get is like, oh, we're not good. Well, how is that fair to the other guys on your team if they want to win? So we do what we can to accommodate everybody the best we can. So just know that, and you know, I'll try my best to make sure it works. Thursday. Ooh, no, I did not mean to do that. Hello. All right, Thursday, same thing, 7 and 8 championship game. We'll start. We're going back, like I said, we're going back to 2012, 2013. Championship game will start shortly after all the afternoon games start. That way, for those games that end a little early, they can come and watch the championship game finish up. And then we'll have the awards dinner that night. I will have a rain schedule in place. Obviously, weather, I can't control that, guys. You know that. So with that being said, we will do what we can to get you as many games as we can. I mean, I think the least amount of games we ever had was 5 games because we had, that was the same year as the Blizzard, actually. We had 2 days that were complete washouts. Let's see here. Jeff, the stadium was always empty on the championship games. Unless I get the locals to come out, we could do that. I could send out a media blast and have all the locals come out. So Friday, so this is the big change. Friday, breakfast. I probably won't have a morning meeting. There's really no need for it. We will be having the pros pitch to the campers, like what we've been doing the last couple of years. Because of the rain, it's been a great thing, and you guys have been raving about it. I know a lot of you, this whole pro game thing has been a split for the last couple of years. It's literally 50-50. I know the appeal of it, but you know, to go up and only have 1 at bat against a pro on the main field. I mean, the draw to the pro game was playing on the main field, but now that everybody plays at least 1 game on the main field the week now, I mean, that kind of nullifies it. So the good thing about doing it this way, and I might do it on a field this year, depending on the weather, have a pro pitch to you as much as you want, as long as the pro's good with it and you're good with it, and the campers can catch the pros if they want. So there's a lot of benefits of doing it this way, instead of like a semi-formal or formal game. But the lunch will be served at the stadium. If that changes, I'll let you know. And then something new, still very early on, trying to figure this out. It will be a home run derby. Most likely, a lot of ways I've seen this done is they put the home plate on either third base or first base, depending on the left or right porch. And then you go ham from there. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know how we'll set it up. I mean, I left a big amount of time there. I don't imagine everybody's going to do that. But we'll figure it out, and I'll have those details before we get to camp. And then the bus departs that afternoon, guys. So again, very important. If you want to stay Friday night, you will have to do that yourself. Or you have to contact the hotel if you want to stay that night. Otherwise, the bus will leave at 3. If you have an afternoon flight, it'll take you to the airport, and it'll be good. And the golf days, which would technically be on Saturday, I'm still working on that with the whole Camp 2.0 thing and spring training and everything. I haven't had the time to even remotely think about golf day. I want to do it. I don't know a lick about golf, so I need to research and figure out how foursomes and all those things work. So I'm also waiting on our corporate sales department to talk to PGA for me to get that underway. So there's that. So that's just a quick overview. What the heck is going? There we go. All right. So for the media guide, we will be doing the media guide again. You guys seem to really enjoy that, which is great. It's a beast of a project. I know you guys understand that. So again, going back to the form thing, when I send you the form, and I'll show it to you here in a second, please do that. You know, I know not everybody wants to do it. The more participation we get makes the guide better. It'll have all the pros bios in there. It'll have your bios in there, your picture. It's super neat, and it's a good keepsake. You know, there's an autograph section. You can have all the pros sign the page, or you can have them sign their profile or their bio. It's got all the camp history from the past 10 years or 12 years or whatever. All the award winners of the years. The Hall of Famers are in there. So very awesome thing that started last year. So I want to keep it going. One thing that didn't, obviously, I did put advertisements in there, your company advertisement in there if you wanted to. The idea was to charge so I could help pay for those because they are not cheap at all. So I'm going to really try to do that this year. It won't be much if you want to do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Just enough to offset the cost of them. But, you'll be able to, you never know when you need a lawyer or a carpenter or whatever. You could open up your media guide and you can thumb through it, find a local guy that does it, and then you have a connection of camp that can get you guys together and support each other. So the form, I'm going to switch gears here and show you the form. I can do this correctly. Is this it? No, that's not it. Hang on, give me a second. I think this is it. This is not it. Well then, hang on, bear with me. I had it all up and ready, and then now it's all messed up. Of course. All right, let me. Okay. So the form for said media guide, where's it at? Where's it at? As you guys can see, I have way too much crap in here. All right. So this is what it'll look like. All right. So when you get to it, you'll see this. I'm just going to do this now because everybody always seems to have problems with these forms. So when you get to this page, you need to look through it. You want to click here, and then you fill out all your information. If you've done the form already, you'll have this part will be filled out already for you, and then just fill out everything. Make sure you guys fill out everything. I don't think it pertains to this form, but like the other forms, like the uniform form, if you don't fill out everything and you leave one blank and you go down and hit submit, nothing will happen. It'll look like it goes through, but nothing will happen. I'll never get it. So what you need to do is just make sure everything is filled out, answer all the questions, favorite Mets memory, favorite Met, camp memory, and your photo you'll do here. So when you do the photo, obviously a headshot would be great. Or something where we could see your face, like an action shot of you hitting is great and all, but it may not necessarily show your face because the whole point of the media guide is to help people recognize faces. So just fill out everything, have fun with it. Grammar would be great. That would make my life a lot easier when I proofread all these because I go one by one for 300 people. So it does take a long time to do. But the more you guys work at that, then the better it'll be. So that is that. So what's new? As you guys may or may not know, I have increased the camp from 120 to 140, mainly because I wanted to do a third week and I was shot down on that. So this is one way of helping alleviate that waiting list of over 300 people. There will be 12 teams, same structure, same everything. Nothing's really changing as far as the games go. We have all 6 fields, the stadium included, so everybody will get to play in the stadium. The campaigns are Friday afternoon. I already mentioned that. Mentioned the golf. Mentioned the home run derby. All right, so some exciting news. I know everybody and their mother has been complaining about the catering for the dinners. Creative Catering. Not everybody's been complaining, but Creative Catering, they've done us right over the last few years. I brought them in about 7 years ago, and it's mixed reviews every year. But I did get a little bit more negative reviews on the dinners, so I went ahead and got a new caterer and a new bar, two separate entities for that. So the good news is everybody in this room knows who the new caterer is. Mookie Wilson will be catering our food. His family owns a catering business, and I spoke with him several times, and now he is going to be doing our food, so that'll be really fun. And his food's amazing. I haven't tasted it personally, but I've read reviews. It's good stuff. So I'm looking really forward to that. And it's a Mets connection, obviously, so that's even better. The bar is done by a company that works at the Barron place. It's like a mobile bar unit that's here. They'll be doing the bar, so it'll be separate, but they'll be there for all three, the dinners and the Kangaroo Court night. So Mookie's Catering and the hotel bar. That's a good question, Jeff. I would imagine it is done. I haven't spoken with Francesca in a while, so with spring training and everything's been crazy down here. So, but I would imagine by now it's got to be open. Also new 8 games. Gray uniforms, I touched on that. So again, gray uniforms, guys, please let me know if you need gray uniforms. If you're a veteran, so I can adjust your account accordingly. Or you're not going to have a uniform, and then you're going to be a guy with a random blue jersey on your team, which you do not want.
Kangaroo Court, bam, bam.
Kangaroo Court, Figgy. And then also Topps cards. So I kind of hinted this out on the Facebook page. Again, guys, if you're not on the Facebook page, I highly recommend it. I usually do little random polls and stuff like that. It's a good feature. I know a lot of us hate Facebook. I hate Facebook, but it's good for this at least. So I will be getting you guys Topps cards next year. They actually just sent me all the codes already, and I'm like, geez, that's quick. But basically what you'll do is you'll get a code. You each will get a unique code, and then you'll go on the website and build your custom card. So you'll put all your data in, your positions, your name, the card design you want. I mean, you got free range to do whatever you want in their little system. And when I get to that point, I'll show you guys how to do that as well. But everybody will get a code for free, well, not free, but code for Topps cards that you will be able to set up and have shipped to your house after camp. So you'll be, as soon as you get your photo, you could just boom, do it. You won't have to wait on me to mail them all out on you for you. So what to expect? So this is kind of for the rookies. Lots of laughs. Guys, I can't stress enough, given what happened recently at the Oscars, jokes are going to happen. I mean, we're all there because we love the Mets. We all there because we love these guys, like Figgy over there with that hair. You gotta shave that off, Fig. I miss the days with the short hair. But so we're poking fun at each other. I get made fun of all the time. It's
don't worry, I still have short hair in places.
See, stuff like that. But it's just important to know that we're all there for the same reason. We're all there to have fun. If ever
it's
something,
just in my ears.
yeah, sure, Figgy. If you ever have a problem with anything that's said or done or whatever, come to me. Don't keep it boiled up in your inside you and stuff like that. Let me be the buffer, and I'll take care of it. Nothing's more frustrating when someone complains about something that was said or done or whatnot, which it doesn't happen often, so don't think it does. And then they are upset about it and don't tell me. Like, I can't fix it if you don't tell me. So, we're there all to have fun. So just keep that in mind. Joking around. It's a baseball atmosphere. If you don't know what that is, then you'll see. It's just a lot of guys just having fun and poking fun at each other. Lots of aches and pains. I mentioned it earlier. Day one, you guys will be in that trainer room, be in that trainer's room, and begging for a trainer to help you with all that pains, because it will happen. So, and lots of baseball. So is there any veteran campers that want to say anything to rookies? We got a lot of rookies on here. Figgy saying no, but I'm going to let someone speak up if they want to, one at a time. Anybody? Nobody? Come on, guys. Jared, you want to say something? Riccio, is he still on here? Herbie?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yes.
I'll say something.
Wear your head at Kangaroo Court, and no scooters in the locker room. Thanks.
Jesus. Anybody else? Real insight.
I'll say, representing the old people on this in this group, you'll be nervous and
Angles!
everything. You'll worry about how you're going to do, and don't worry about it. You're going to make errors. You're going to strike out, and you just go and have
Just
fun.
you.
Nobody will get on you except for Figgy, but nobody else will get on you for doing anything less
I
than
will.
your best.
You are.
I'll add, but just bring a swimsuit. You need that for the hot tub, cold tub area.
And
I'll say
representing the oft injured, just put yourself out there and have a great time. Yeah, injuries are going to happen. The line outside the trainer's room is going to get long, but it'll be the best time of your life. Best hurt you ever had.
You can say that again, old man.
Representing the women.
That was my son.
Representing the women, it's the best week you'll have in your life. You'll love it. And for me, I was supposed to come once, and this is going to be my 15th year. So you keep coming. You can't stop. It's fabulous.
That is a very good point.
Hey,
And
hey,
some-
This
Joe,
is being
will the
recorded. I
umpires
can't
have-
wait. Oh, I can't wait.
It's recording.
Will the umpires have
Awesome.
their eyesight checked this year?
Oh, will you stop, Ned? All right, I'm muting you all. That's enough. All right, so yeah, no, I mean, really good points. The whole, and I say it with every rookie all the time. You're coming in this, whether it's a birthday gift or your wife, anniversary gift or whatever, and you think you're going to come in and do this once, which you might. I mean, you might do that, but I will say 90% of all these veterans in here thought that same exact thing, and they've been doing this for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
It's
So
the gift that keeps on giving.
It is the gift that keeps on giving, and the good thing is it gets cheaper as you go more. So that's helpful. All
Sure
right,
it does.
so, moving on. I think I need to do like a permanent mute on your ass.
No, wait, I get to talk. So
Later.
here's my advice, honestly.
Go ahead.
Wait, here's my
No,
advice.
no,
for
go
the
ahead.
Tampers real quick.
Go ahead.
Who are you?
You got, don't worry, it's a new guy. What you have to worry about more than anything is surviving the week, right? Because it's 7 games in 5 days.
8 games.
So don't go out there trying to relive your glory days and busting it out of the box and going for 2 on the very first couple days, even in the practice day. I know we don't have that like we did last, the previous years, but I'm serious. It's the most disappointment you will have if you go out there in your first at bat and pull a hamstring. And then you're winding up, you started out as a shortstop and you're learning that you're going to be a catcher because you can't move after day 2. So really, there's 2 ways with it. Take your time, train yourself, whether it's walking a little bit more than normal, whether it's taking maybe a few lessons, maybe it's, trying to put yourself in a better state of baseball ability rather than sitting around and thinking that, oh, I could do it. I used to do it. Yeah, you used to do it. It wasn't last year or last week. It was, 20 years ago. And the last thing we would want to have is you to be very disappointed by your experience. We've had it a bunch of times, and that's really heartbreaking for us. The second thing is, I would say, is we do not want to draft 12 guys and 11 of them play first base. So you have to put yourself out there and be willing to play other positions. The more positions you can play, the more opportunities you're going to have to play. So, while it'd be, it's not about your age, it's not about your ability. It literally is, all we're trying to do is get you opportunities to be out there and have some fun. And you never know. We've had guys who came in and never pitched before, found out they can actually throw strikes and have some fun. And when I say pitch, I mean just throw strikes. There's no Jacob deGroms in here. Is it too soon to joke about Jacob deGrom? Too soon? Okay. So I just want you guys to realize, get yourselves in the best shape that you possibly can, and just take it easy. Go with moderation, because I'm telling you, it's 7 games, 8 games in 5 days is a lot of baseball that not even the professionals are ready for. That's it. I'm
Can't
done.
move and you end up catching. Were you at our last game?
Yes, the games tend to get a little slower as the week goes on. So, but yeah, no.
Appreciate that.
Ooh, what happened there?
That was Rogers.
I think Brian was saying something. Brian, say it again. Because I know it's about a catching. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I just said, thanks, Figgy. I appreciate it. I guess I won't move anymore.
Recording in progress.
What the hell?
Who's recording?
It's you, Mark.
Doug?
I know.
We've
See,
been
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, yeah, my Zoom totally crashed on me. Is everybody still in here?
We're
Yeah.
here.
All right,
I'm
good.
here.
Yeah, we're here.
121 still
When I
here.
saw the crash screen, I was like, oh god, everybody's out now. All right, let me get back here. Let's go back. Sorry about that, guys. This is a brand new computer too, and it's already crashing. Jeez.
That's Windows for you.
There you go.
What's that?
I said I know a guy who can get you a new computer.
All right, so back to what we were saying. Yeah, so Figgy brings up a lot of good points, and I mentioned some of them earlier on. Yeah, I mean, guys, it's 8 games. You guys keep every year in my survey. You guys have said more games, more games. I'm giving it to you, so don't regret it. So enjoy it. I want everybody to be safe. So keep, like Figgy said, and like I said earlier, I cannot stress enough how important it is to get ready for this. So what to bring? So a lot of you were asking questions earlier about stuff, what to bring and whatnot. Yes, you can bring your own bats. Make sure it's wood. Composite's okay. Bring your own. I mean, you get the chance to buy your own Rawlings equipment. So that will be at your locker waiting for you when you get there. Obviously you need to bring your own mitt, your own cleats, your own jock. Obviously, I don't think you want to share that. Batting gloves, swimming trunks, like 40 said earlier, or I think it was 40 that said that.
Yep.
Shower shoes, also a very good thing. No one wants fungus on their toes. Personal hygiene. Now, obviously you want to bring your own stuff, but we do supply razors and shaving cream and all that other stuff too. So, if you forget it, it's not the end of the world.
And there's a Walgreens nearby.
Yeah, and there's Walmart, everything's nearby. So,
Walmart, all that's there.
uniforms from last year, veterans. All right, guys, remember gray uniforms, please, please, please. I don't want to have any issues this year with this. And then one thing that people tend to forget about is cash for tips for the clubhouse guys. The clubhouse guys bust their tails off the entire week to make sure your laundry is clean, your stuff is clean, and your locker is clean and all that stuff. So, giving them the little clubhouse dues is what they're called is usually a veteran on your team will walk around and with an envelope, and you guys, I don't have any involvement with it. I don't know what you guys do, but just know the veterans take care of that, and then they give it to the clubbies and the coaches.
They do a fantastic job. They're really good.
Yep, they do. And for the charity night, casino night, and just any other the little free nights and stuff, it's always good to have a little extra cash on hand. For the dinners, I used to say business casual all the time. You could still do that. I mean, especially for the awards dinner, everybody tends to dress up a little bit nicer. It is a nice special night, so keep that in mind. If you want to wear your Hawaiian shirt with shorts, you can do that too. But it's up to you, whatever you're comfortable in. Workout clothing, you will be getting, I know this was a question that someone asked, but you will be getting stuff, not just your uniform, which consists of 2 full authentic uniforms, a belt, a hat. You'll get some undershirts. You'll get a pair of Met shorts. You'll get several things. I haven't figured out everything yet because they're still a little early, but the norm is like a lightweight hoodie and a few other things. So you will get a bunch of swag. And then pens and Sharpies for autographs. Also, I will obviously send a list of coaches who are coming before the camp starts. That way you can buy photos or baseball cards or whatever you want to get these guys to sign. Every coach I bring understands why they're there. One thing I always hear rookies talk about is like they're nervous about going up to them, or I'm meeting Doc Good and I don't want to go bother him. You're fine as long as you guys don't hound these guys all at once. You're good. Go up to them, ask for an autograph. They'll sign anything you want. You don't have to be hesitant or anything like that. These guys are great. They keep coming back for a reason because they're good. They love being there. They love being with you guys. So just keep that in mind. Phone battery pack, obviously. Long sleeve, short sleeve shirt, depending on how you want to if you want more stuff to wear underneath your jersey. Like I said, you'll get stuff, but just in case you want more, that's some stuff to bring. Yes, you could bring jerseys that you want to get signed. And obviously, like what Steve said, be respectful. I mean, that goes without saying. I think that should be applied with everything you do. So the alumni. So the handsome group of guys we got there. Some of them are on here tonight. You know, Figgy is here, Mackey's here, Indy was here. I haven't kept up with who's been popping in, but like I said earlier, these guys, Totally here. These guys are great. I keep bringing them back for a good reason. Like I said, you know, every year I do try to bring in new blood, just keep it different. You know, last year I brought Totally, who was absolutely amazing. He had a great time.
Woo!
Josh Totally. You know, who else did I bring in? Young blood came back. He hadn't been to camp in a long time. Ed Lynch was there. He was great. Doug Flynn's our commissioner for both weeks. One thing to
Hojo.
note, Hojo, yep, Hojo was back. He hadn't been back in a while. Pulse, Trax did both weeks for the first time last year. Heath was here for both weeks. So a lot of great guys. One thing to note, the rosters may be a little different for each week because of availability on the alumni's part, or because I needed to bring a new guy in. I need to shuffle around the roster a little bit. So, you know, it's a very hard part of my job that I hate doing is bringing these guys in and then maybe telling one of them, hey, I only need you 1 week. I got new guys coming in. It's the nature of the beast, and they understand most of the time. But it's nothing against them. But, you know, in order to make this program grow, I still need to bring in new people. And so just know that the rosters may be a little different, but, you know, for the most part, it's the same roster. And then also worth noting is that these guys, you know, they have lives too. So something could come up with one of them and they may not be able to make it. Clint Hurdle last year, unfortunately, got sick and couldn't make it. So we missed him last year. But, you know that, you know, don't get mad because it didn't show. Like, there's reasons why they don't come. You'll walk away with these friendships with these guys. I know Figgy hangs out with a lot of you guys. A lot of guys that are local, they'll, you know, meet up. And when guys go around the country, and if they're in the area and you
That's a sick rumor.
But you know what I mean. So you know, yeah, they're just one of us, guys. And you know, every single one of them, they love being around you guys. So just you know, be respectful. You know, they're there for the whole week. They're not going anywhere. One thing to note too, just because they're not your coaches on your team doesn't mean you can't, you know, talk to them. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, they weren't my coach, so I felt bad. I didn't want to. Don't feel that way. They're there for everybody, not just their teammates or their players. And then obviously unforgettable memories, that goes without saying, the camp in general. So who? Oh, I mean, Figgy's talking. Mac, are you still here? Josh, you still here?
Faking.
Anybody still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I'm here. Mike is here.
Speak forever.
Tell him about that time. Tell him about that time in the China Club.
I can't tell that time.
Mac, you want to say anything to the rookies or the rest of the guys?
Yeah, you know, it's just it's a really great time to come for a week. And the thing about you make friendships that you never realized you could make. And you become lifelong friends, you know, and it's just it's a great time. You know, it's great to play ball, but the locker room is just as fun as being on the field. I mean, we go in there, we have a good time, we talk, have a beer together, which I'm having right now. So it's just a fun time to enjoy each other. And it don't matter how good you are or how bad you are. We're all equal, and we're here playing and having a great time. And so just, you know, like Figgy said, make sure you put your position down and you can play multiple positions, because it's going to happen. It's just the way the camp works. And, you know, we're trying to draft guys, and some guys might not want to play this or that, but we're trying to get you on the field so you can enjoy yourself. And it's just fun time to be here. And we all have fellowship and enjoy each other. And that's what it's all about.
Thanks, Mac. Indy, you want to say anything?
Sí, yo quiero hablar un poquito.
I mean, it's great. It's great to be there, and yeah, it's just be smart, you know, to have fun together, and I think the best part is to, you know, to be together like as a family and enjoy the most we can, because it's a very, very interesting week, and especially I enjoy a lot how to the intensity and, you know, the mentality to compete and trying to make it to the final. And it's something that, you know, we look for baseball, just about heart. And, you know, at the end, you're trying to compete for a ring and have fun at the same time. And,
Or two.
Look at that.
I was just about to say, you want to get drafted to Indy's team because he won both championships last year.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks, Indy. Hilly, you still on here?
Hello, and thank you for taking my call. If you know your party's extension, press 1. If you'd like to speak to Eric Hillman, press 2. What's going on, Dougie? Obviously, just goofing around up here. I'm up in the north woods of Michigan, so it's still colder than Frosty's balls up here. We still have about 2 feet of snow on the ground. So I'm obviously looking forward to coming down to Florida to see all you guys, see all my friends. And as far as the new guys coming onto the scene, I think the best advice that I could give anybody is everybody likes to go to the batting cages. Everybody likes to play catch and everybody likes to jog. But the biggest thing you can do is to do some squats, to kind of think about fielding ground balls, what you're going to be doing the first day, kind of bending at the knees, shuffle, squat, squat, because you're going to be going through all of the drills that first morning. And then during lunch, you're going to be tightening up like, wow, I thought I was in good shape, but it's that squatting, it's that bending over that you're not doing when you're in the batting cage, and you're not doing when you're playing catch, and you're not doing it when you're kind of jogging. So just try to really make sure that you stretch that lower half, and it's going to make all the difference in the world, because every year, inevitably, somebody pulls a hamstring, somebody pulls a quad, and then they're just kind of, all they can do is hit, and then they have to have a pinch runner, and then they sit on the bench and drink beer with me. So it's not a total loss, but
Thanks,
that's
Hilly.
about it. I'm looking forward to it. It's we're talking about November already. I'm still trying to get rid of all the snow we have up here.
Yeah, it's just a good time for you to move down here next to me then. I got a vacant lot right next to you. Come on.
Florida.
Florida. Is anybody else on? I know Tully had to run. He had to jump off. I don't think anyone else is on.
He definitely wasn't running.
Yeah, no, not Tully. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Figgy, do you want to say anything else? I think
is Tully and what's his name getting baseball cards, and Shirk, since they played so much last year?
Ooh, man, I should have made them cards. Yeah, they played a lot last year.
That's what you had to do.
Yeah, they played a
Holy
lot.
cow, they played half the week.
Hey, Doug,
They
now
put up
now
decent
that
numbers.
Now that Figgy made fun of the catchers, you should let pass balls and steals. Think about it.
Yeah, not happening.
Come on.
Yeah.
No. All right. So, all right. Yeah. So the last thing just to talk about real quick. A lot of you know about Camp 2.0. The rumors have been floating around. I finally got gained ground on it. It's very interesting. The bigwigs up in New York are like, we got the best guy in the baseball business that does camps, and why isn't he doing more? So here we are. I will be hosting a Syracuse Mets Summer Classic in August. Currently, it's only going to be 50 spots, though, so it's going to be very limited. It'll be a 4-day mini camp with 6 games. Champions will get rings. Just the key takeaway, it's not the full camp experience. It will be similar, but on a very much smaller scale. I'm still working on a few things to get lined up. So I don't want to say too much, but it will be that first week of August, which is why I was saying August is going to be a hellish month. But you know, the purpose of this is to give you guys a different experience. It will be more of a tournament style than it would be a fantasy camp, but hotel will be included. There will be a coach for each team, an alumni, 6 games, like I said. You'll be playing at Syracuse Stadium, which is absolutely beautiful. It was redone. I haven't been there myself, but I've seen a lot of pictures and it looks amazing. We will be using a college field, a local college field as well. So there will be lots of action with all of that. I will announce the full details when I've finished up organizing the hotel situation. I'm working on that, and some other smaller things. So a jersey, a Syracuse Mets jersey will be included, the top, but you'll supply your own pants and all that stuff. Again, it's not the full camp experience, but you know, you got to differentiate the two. So this is more getting yourself ready for fantasy camp. If you're coming to fantasy camp, or if you didn't make it in fantasy camp and you want to come into this, it's kind of like a stepping stone. So I know a lot of people are excited about it. Everybody in there. I see your hand raised, Figgy. Just wait. Everybody, a lot of people have been super excited about this and been like throwing their credit cards at me. Just hold off, please. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this, because with the demand being very high, it's going to fill up quick, and I'm going to try to give as much people access to this as possible. So keep that in mind. It will be structured similarly with the hotel stuff, double occupancy. You can upgrade to your own room, stuff like that. Yeah, so I will give out details about that. Food's included. Breakfast will be at the hotel, lunches will be provided, and a dinner. Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's the announcement with that. Looking forward to doing it. I think it'll be a good time, and I guess I'll have to go back to. I mean, the whole point of me moving down to Florida was not having to be in New York, and now they're sending me back up there to do this. So that's all right, though. I can.
Why don't you go to New York in November and then talk about it?
I do not miss those days. I do not miss those days. But yeah,
hey,
guys.
How many innings will DeGrom be allowed to pitch in the Syracuse series?
Will you stop?
He'll be rehabbing there. So, but I'm just saying.
I don't know if he'll go that far, Figgy.
You're pulling the plug awfully quick there, Figgy. Do you know something we don't? Yeah. So there are a few questions that you guys sent in that I'll go over real quick, and then I'll open it up for anybody that has questions for me after I've seen everything. So one question, really good question for rookies. You know, laundry is, you know, wash everything. Yes. The clubbies do your laundry every day. They wash your uniforms, your jocks, your underwear, all that stuff. I mean, I wouldn't put your blue jeans on there. Someone did a couple years ago and got made fun of it pretty good. So do that with discretion. But yes, the clubbies take care of your stuff. What else? Next question. What comes with the uniform? I went over that. So belts, socks, shirts, belts, I don't say belts, pullover, usually it's a lightweight hoodie. This year, I will say this year I do have actual player stuff. I was lucky enough to grab enough for this year's camp. So that'll be nice. You'll get the actual stuff the players got last year. So you're welcome. No more New Balance fake stuff. Food covered. Yes, food is covered. Now, like I said, there's a couple nights where you're on your own, breakfast, lunches, everything. And then we have the barbecue during the casino night, and then Mookie's dinners, which would be amazing. So looking forward to that. Another question.
That's the first time Mookie went to dinner at all.
Hey, last year he did go out with you guys. That is true. That is true. So for this question, it's brought up a lot, and it's a good point. A lot of people, you know, when they come to camp, they think they're going to get actual like in-depth coaching, which does happen. Joel Youngblood, by the way, last year was amazing. He helped so many people out, and I've never seen anybody work with people like that, and so smart, and he would not hesitate to help you. So I guess my main point is, I mean, I can't really schedule that. I mean, the veterans know how jam-packed the whole week is. And to schedule something like that, like an actual teaching lesson thing, is super hard to do. And I don't think there's actual camps, fantasy camps, mini camps that are for that. So with that said, it's kind of on the campers' responsibility to approach a pro if you want to get taught something. These guys, like I said, it's just like the autographs. You go up there, say, hey, you mind teaching me, telling me what I'm doing wrong at the plate and stuff. They'll tell you. They'll sit with you on the side. In the morning is probably the best time to do that before we have our meeting, and they'll sit there and work with you. You just got to ask. So don't be afraid to ask for that, and autographs and stuff like that too. And you don't have to do that with just your coach too. You could go to anybody, any of the staff.
KBBaseball.com.
KB Baseball. Where is Kevin at? He should have been on here. He's missing out on the advertising opportunities. I have to make him.
I'll say he's doing lessons as we speak.
Kevin.
I will make him a whole spread. I'll make him one page in the media guide, just KB Baseball.
I go every Sunday. It's he probably has instruction tonight, Friday night. He does that. That's the reason, pretty much.
So no, KB's great. So media guide proofing, another good question. I know last year was kind of a rush job with the media guide, and I forgot a couple people. Sorry, Gary Pickus. But I'm not perfect. But I plan on having a little bit more time set aside to make sure this media guide is as perfect as it can be. Again, I want to do the advertising stuff, so I want to make sure it's all set. But with having a base already, it should be easier. Transportation, is there transportation? Yes, there is. I mentioned the bus from the airport and back, but it does do shuttle runs. It will take your family too. If you have family that are here, just call up Eddie, Fast Eddie. First thing when you get here is you get his phone number and he'll take care of you. Eddie's an amazing guy. He's been doing the bus trips for a very long time, way longer than I've been around. So he's very accommodating for you guys. The hotels for the week that you're there is done by me, unless you do the hotel discount. And then, like I said a million times in this meeting, any day before or after, that's on you to do. Just call up the Hilton Garden Inn in Port St. Lucie and tell them you're a camper and you want to stay an extra day, and they'll write it down and you'll be good to go. Are guests that are attending free to watch? Can they watch? Yes. The complex is open to the public, so anybody can come in. The locals come in all the time and watch these Urals games. It's kind of funny to see these. They come in thinking they're going to see pro players and like, oh, okay, it's these guys. But they sit and watch you guys. They have a blast. So just like you guys are having a blast playing the game, they just have as much time watching you. But yeah, no, anybody, you got family nearby, friends nearby in the local area, they can come and watch you play. There's no charge or anything like that. The only thing, like I mentioned earlier, is if you have guests, like paid guests, they'll have an ID. If you have paid guests, don't let them on the fields. They can't go in the clubhouse. And they can't go in the clubhouse. And if they are paid guests, they can eat the breakfast and the lunches and the tent in the back. And they can go to the Kangaroo Court casino night and the dinners. I explained the packages. Equipment. So we provide most of the equipment. Catcher's gears we provide bats, we provide helmets. You're welcome to bring your own. Obviously you bring your own. It's not the Mets' responsibility. If it breaks, that is on you. If one of your teammates breaks a bat, good luck with that. I know we had a little court case last year on that one. I think Ed's on here. That was Ed, right? Ed Pacinko. Was that you, Ed? Yeah, I think that was Ed. So yeah, so bring at your own risk. Share if you want. No, we are not doing 9-inning games. They are 7-inning games. I don't think you guys would survive the week if we did 9-inning games, especially now with 8 games. The reunion. All right, guys. So I know this is a touchy subject. This was a question brought up again for Citi Field. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Citi Field is now a venue of all kinds of stuff. So the availability is just not, you're funny, Vicky. Even when I was in New York, I could hardly ever get the field. And when they did get me the field, it was always on a holiday weekend, which no one ever showed up to it anyway. So.
And it rained every year.
And it rained every year. So here's the deal with the reunion. I don't even have the reunion as a feature on the website anymore. I will continue to do the reunion for you guys, but I am not advertising it anymore. The reunion is going to be set during spring training. So prepare now if you want to come down for that. This year it got screwed up because of the lockout. Thank God that's over. And we are able to, moving forward for the next 5 years at least, not have an issue with spring training. So just be prepared for that. You know, doing it down here, trust me, it's going to be a really good time, and it's going to be better than doing it at Citi Field as far as the overall entertainment value of it. I know the hotels are a little bit more expensive because that's when they make their money down here. But I did get you guys an amazing rate. Like it was like 75% off for the hotels here with our partners. So I don't see that would be a problem again. But the overall consensus is it'll be in spring training down here. And then if something happens and we have to move it, it'll go to Brooklyn, which is the last. Hopefully we don't have to do that. But if we do, it's there. Brooklyn's there. We can do it there. And that Brooklyn was always what we advertised anyways for the reunion when we did advertise it. So we we stopped advertising Citi Field 5-6 years ago. I was just able to finagle my way into it and get it. So unfortunately, it's hard, guys. And we're not the only ones that have this issue. There's a lot of teams that have the issue. And for those who are on here asking about this year's reunion, it is tentatively scheduled for August 13th in Brooklyn. I'm still waiting for word on if we can hold it or have it during the Old Timers weekend. But it just depends on Brooklyn if they have that concert up there or not. And then the tour of the facility was also brought up, which is a good question. I brought it up, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. The good time to do that would be during casino night. Again, guys, for those who don't play the games, let me know your thoughts on what you would like to do that time. That would be, I want to make sure everybody has fun. So that night. But yeah, tours are definitely something we could do during that time. That is all the questions. I know people are like spouting off questions in chat and I have not been able to keep up. So if you have a question, do it now, and then that way I can see it.
What's going on with the Old Timers Day tickets?
What about them? You should have them.
Have you?
I'm not. All right. So with the Old Timers Day tickets, I know most of you on here, everybody on here should know about that. I'm not doing the tickets. I just sent your info to the ticket office up in New York. So they have anybody that submitted an order with me, they have it. So you should have already been charged and your tickets in your MLB app, ballpark app, or whatever it's called. So if you check your bank statements with whatever card you gave me, check your app, make sure the ticket's there. If you don't see it, just let me know, and then the girl's name up there is Taylor. She's the one handling everything. So I'll let her know that something's not right with anybody that's having issues.
I'll contact you offline.
That's fine. Any other questions? You guys can unmute yourself, just not everybody all at once if you have a question.
Doug, I'm going to be coming down there in a couple of weeks. Are you down there near the stadium that time of year?
Yeah, I'm down here full time. So I was up in, so for a little bit background on me, for some of the rookies, I've been with the Mets since 2009. I was up there from 2009 to 2019, so 10 years. Then I got out when the get was good, apparently, and moved down here. And, moving off the Syracuse Mets, part of my dream of this whole thing of moving down here, really my business model for Jeff Wilpon to look at was to expand fantasy camps. And then of course, when I got down here, they're like, oh, you'll just do other events. We don't want you to do any more camps. So now, hopefully now we're back to this whole get to do camps, and I could do more. Women's camp is another thing I'm going to try to work on and do one of those. But I've been down here since 2019. So yeah, if you guys are
we're going to come check out this stadium. So I don't know if you'll be around.
Yeah, no, I'm here. So yeah, if you guys
Ah.
are ever down here spring training, just coming down
2
to
weeks,
visit
2 weeks.
everything.
A week from tonight, we're leaving.
Awesome. Yeah, just let me know, guys. I'd love to see everybody. I
Great.
like seeing you
Sounds
guys.
great.
in
Thanks.
the off time. Yep, no problem. Anybody
Looking
else?
forward to it.
Yeah. Any other questions? Questions? Any rookie questions?
Doug, I want to ask you one thing. Extra out, was that because of the road jerseys? It's turning to gray. I was just curious.
Mark, say that again because you broke up there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. I got an extra $200 charge compared to the previous years. I was wondering.
That was the gray jersey. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
That's what I want to know.
Hey, Doug, it's Frank. Hey, I got a question for you about picking up the stuff early, like when it's ready instead of waiting. Is
What
that
stuff?
possible?
Like your uniforms and stuff?
Yeah, uniform and.
Well, Frank, part of the experience is walking into the clubhouse and seeing your stuff in the lockers. So, I mean, if you really want to pick up your stuff early, I mean, I can, but I wouldn't recommend it. Part of that
Right, no problem.
walking in is, no.
I'm the FNG, so I'm just asking.
That's fine.
And if you're anywhere near Figgy, you get an extra treat too. Remember that?
Hey, my Figgy's behind me. Figgy.
Doug, just to
I
piggyback
wouldn't necessarily call that a treat, but okay.
In regards to the great
True. I'm
Hey,
rather
Steve,
scout.
let Joe ask this question. What's that, Joe?
To piggyback on Mark's question for the gray jerseys for returning campers, you still have to fill out the entire form for uniforms, correct?
Yes. So, guys, I know a lot of you, especially veterans, this doesn't really pertain to rookies, but with these forms I send out, I know you have uniforms and all this you don't feel like filling out, but just do it anyways, because those sizes that I get from you, I still use for your shirts, your shorts, and all that stuff. So, and obviously leaving blank, it's not even gonna go through. So please fill out everything. I know it's a pain in the butt, but it's for me to be more organized and get things done quickly, as opposed to waiting around for everybody to get things done. And it's frustrating on my end when I'm waiting on 50, 60, 70 people, when that deadline's hitting. So I just, for me personally, asking, I would really, really appreciate when your undivided attention when it comes to those forms.
Yes, Doug, one question. Do we get to pick our own numbers, or the numbers assigned? I'm a rookie.
Yep.
So
No,
do we
it's
get to pick our own numbers?
Yeah, it's a fair question. So yes, you do get to pick your own numbers. You get to pick, you can put whatever name you want on it. I mean, however, I strongly recommend you put your last name, just so people, the coaches know. Obviously, like guys like Squirrel, Turtle, and them, they've been doing this for years, so they can get away with it. But
if I do Mazzilli, people will be confused.
exactly. So keep it to your name, and then you can pick whatever number. If the number's retired, you could wear 42. I mean, you pick whatever number you want. There's no limitations to any of that either.
Doug, I started the nicknames on the uniforms. Blame me.
Actually, no, you did not.
No,
Wardo.
who did?
Wardo.
I was there the same year as Wardo. I was bobblehead.
Wardo did that.
I was bobblehead. I was bobblehead that year.
There was a big question. Hang on. Stop. Limitation. We're going to take personal pictures. Personal pictures? All right. So who asked that question? That's a good question. That's actually a question I haven't seen before. You guys keep typing. It keeps going up. Stop typing, guys. Oh, Riebling. Yeah. So one thing we do say for like when you guys are congregating. So like if rain happens, we do like little mini bull sessions in the clubhouse and stuff like that. Or sometimes it just happens. Everybody will pull up a chair and there's a big circle of guys in the middle of the row just shooting the shit. We ask that you don't record those for obvious reasons, because these guys they're telling you personal stories about when they played, things that should not necessarily be out there. And the last thing we want is them to feel uncomfortable about telling you those experiences, because then that takes away from the whole gist of it. So for everybody, be mindful of what you're doing. Pictures are fine. Obviously, don't take pictures of inside the clubhouse when people are changing. That's a given. But personal photos and stuff like that, you're fine. We do have Mark Levine and his Kayla guys. I think I told you last year she moved on, so she's not with the Mets anymore. But Mark will be there, the official team photographer, and his assistant will be there the other week that he's not there. They'll be taking photos throughout the whole week for you guys to use for your baseball cards and stuff like that. Again, with that, always, if you want a specific photo taken, make sure you tell them. Same thing with the video crew. If you want something specifically shot, let them know ahead of time. And then for the rookies also and veterans, the video guys, I still plan on using the same guys. They've been doing a good job. So they offer personal video. You could spend, I think it was like 150 pre and 175 at camp. And they'll give you all the footage they find of you. They'll put it on a DVD and give it to you at the end of the, well, obviously it takes time to edit all that, but they'll give it to you. They'll send it to you separately. What else? What is the film? What is this film you're talking about? What film? Dennis, what are you talking about? I'm not sure what I understand that. Ralph, no, there is still going to be the Brooklyn reunion for this past camp. We'll still have that. Yes. I just don't know the exact date yet because I'm still waiting. Any other questions? Anybody? Questions?
Hey, Doug, this is George. We're gonna have one more stupid question. So if we come a day early on Saturday, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep, you're good.
Okay. If we come a day early on Saturday, will they put us in the same room that we're going to be in during the camp?
Good question. Yes. Yes, they try their best to. I don't think because it happens all the time. I don't think I've come across where someone's had to move. I could be wrong. But to my knowledge, they've never had to have anybody move rooms. No, I think you're good. So again, when you call them to set that up, just tell them, hey, I'm coming to week 1 or week 2, and reiterate that you would like to stay in the same room. I mean, it's a given, but just if you throw that out there, then they'll definitely make sure. So you should be good.
Hey, Doug, it's Brian.
Hey, Brian.
I just tried to reserve a room a day early, and they said they're sold out. You think if I called down there and tell them I'm with the group that I might have a decent chance?
Which week are you in again?
Week 1.
Week 1?
So I tried to get the 5th, and it sold out.
Yeah.
They block them off though too. That's part.
Yeah,
of
we tried for week 2, Doug, and he said it's sold out.
Yeah.
Got the whole hotel.
I will. Well, but for the day early, it has nothing to do with me. It shouldn't.
Yeah, they told me it was sold out too
All right,
for the night before.
I will make a note here. I will call Francesca over there and see what's going on.
All righty. Thank you.
Hey, Doug.
Yes. Dino.
Dino, how you doing?
Good, man.
Let me ask you something. So check-in is going to be on Sunday, and then we need to be out of the hotel by Friday night, right?
Correct.
Okay, so if we want to stay a night earlier or a night after the camp's over, we need to take care of that with the hotel, because I mean I was not at the start of the camp,
Yes.
so that's what I'm asking.
That is correct. Yes, you will have to. It's always been that way, anyways. Just with the old schedule too. If, like I said, if you are coming in a day early or a day late or staying 3-4 days after or whatever, you need to take care of that.
Then I just tell them that I come to the Mets camp and for the price and everything.
Yep. They'll give you the same, or they'll give you a discounted rate and everything. So they'll take care of you. But I will, like I said, I will email Francesca tomorrow and see what the deal is.
Okay.
Anthony.
Thank you, Doc.
No problem, buddy. Will I be in Port St. Lucie the second week of April? I'll be done. Yes. Again, Anthony, yes, I will be here. So if you guys are ever in town, let me know. I'll be glad to meet up with you, I'll meet you outside the stadium, and if nothing's going on, I can even bring you in and let you walk around a little bit. But yeah, let me know.
Thanks, Doug. Thanks,
Doug. No problem.
Doug, a quick question.
Yes, sir.
2 rookies here. So for the Rawlings order, if we do place anything, is that stuff that would be shipped to us ahead of time, like if it was a glove or anything, so we can break it in, or is it stuff that's going to be at the clubhouse waiting for us?
So great question. I think only one person got their glove earlier last year because they were like really adamant about getting it, which is fine. Again, the idea is having all your stuff there. It's really cool to walk up to your locker and everything being there. I get why you would want to do your work in your glove, but I will say that the gloves take a really long time to make because they're customized. So they may not even get in time for you to even break them in properly. So the glove is more of a thing for you to have for next year, basically. So you can work all year because, I mean, I've had my, who's so loud? Frank. You're so loud, Frank. What was I saying? Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, the glove. I mean, if you want it, just let me know. They could ship it straight to you, or I can ship it to you if I get it before they send it out to you. But the Rawlings that we get all this stuff from is in West Palm, so I could just drive
And then
down.
the last question was, if the catcher's gear that's there, this catcher's gloves there, you should bring your own catcher's gloves.
I'm sorry, say that again. I can't. What'd you say? Sorry.
For catcher's gear, should you bring your own catcher's glove, or is catcher's gloves provided as well?
Yeah, so catcher's gear is we do supply all that stuff. A lot of guys bring their own stuff. I mean, again, it's one of those things where you are more than welcome to bring your own stuff if you want. Like I alluded to earlier, a lot of guys bought their own catcher's equipment from the Rawlings stuff, so and it'll be sitting in your locker when you get there.
Thank you.
No problem.
Where's the commissioner?
Doug, he's doing a game tonight at UK. I think I forget what he told me that no TV show. I can't remember what he was preoccupied. I tried to get him there. No, let's see here. Any other questions that I missed? Anything?
Hey, Doug Reed, George Reedling again. One more quick question.
What is
this HSS Tudos thing on Wednesday night?
Oh, yeah. So
what is that about?
So what that is it's to be determined every year. Our sponsor usually hosts a night for you guys at the Tudo Fresco restaurant, which is right across the street from the hotel. So it's a little cocktail thing. They do have food. It's supposed to be appetizers, but it's pretty heavy stuff. It's an Italian restaurant, so enough said on that. But good food, good times, free drinks, I believe. Yeah, it's a nice little fun event. But again, it's one of those things where I tell them, hey, you're gonna do it on this night, and then they let me know if they can. So they haven't failed us yet. So, but it's been a pretty good night the last few years. So,
what's the name of that place?
Tudos. Figgy's favorite place. Let's see here. Any other questions I missed? You guys are joking around in the chat here. Anybody else want to ask a question? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. Yeah. Is that it?
Hey, Doug, someone asked about the Rawlings form. When's it going to be available?
I got to finish up the form. So I want to say definitely after spring training, which ends on Tuesday. Yeah, just give me about a month or so. I still gotta go through it and edit, make it pretty for you guys, and because it's when you look at it right now, it's just like a foreign language, like it's hard to understand. So I gotta clean it up some.
Well, I'm a rookie coming in, and I've been waiting forever to do this. And January, almost on a dare, I got an email saying I was accepted, and I was this 66-year-old fat guy that really did nothing. Since then, in 2 months, I've lost 25 pounds, go to a personal trainer a couple times a week, haven't played baseball since high school, going to the batting cages, and I just can't wait to come down and have some fun. I'm so looking forward to it. It's like a dream. It's like a dream.
You need some KB.
Actually, I'm I'm a
That's awesome. That's awesome, Anthony. That's awesome. Yeah, the fantasy camp prep is a good diet plan if you want to lose weight.
My dad actually took me to Met games at the Polo Grounds. So
nice.
So it's been a long time, but I can't wait.
Hey, Anthony, when you get in town, let me know. I live here in Port St. Lucie. We'll get together.
Well, I already booked my flight. I'm coming down on Saturday. No, yeah.
How long are you staying? Because Saturday I go on a cruise for 5 nights.
No, I'm coming in on the 5th.
Oh, okay.
Is that Saturday? I don't even know.
No, the 9th is Saturday.
No, I'm
Okay.
going week 1.
Yeah, no, I thought you said you were coming in like in a week or two.
Oh, yeah. I'm going on vacation. Oh, yeah, I'm going on vacation down and staying in Indy Atlantic.
Oh, okay.
But
Make sure Doug gets you my number. We'll meet up because I'm a
sounds
rookie as
good.
well.
All right, sounds great.
George, I'm going to take your question as a joke, I hope. Because if you think I have that ready, you're out of your mind. That's what I thought.
Okay.
All right. So, anybody else got a question? Whose dog is that? That's Anthony's dog.
We forgot the week that we are in.
All right.
Yeah, Doug, I just want to say one thing. No, it's actually for any of the rookies who live on Long Island, especially Suffolk County. Kevin Baez has his KB baseball in Oakdale from 9 a.m. to 11 this Sunday. I mean, I don't know if you guys, I mean, I know it's early, you know, who knows if the weather, you know, weather permitting, you know, if any of your rookies that are new or even live in Nassau, you know, if you want to, you know, start practicing now, you know, that's a good way to go. I mean, you know, a lot of people don't know, you know.
Mark,
Yeah,
Kevin said-
I'm on
Kevin
Long
said
Island.
your check is- Mark, Kevin said your check's in the mail, so don't worry about it.
I used
to
So, Mark, how do I locate this? I'd like to sign up for that. Yeah.
Well, it's not so much a sign up. You just like show up. You pay about $30. He does infield drills, outfield drills, batting practice, pretty much. You know, so that's what it is. You know, it's in Oakdale, 460 Locust Avenue. I think
Locust
it's
Avenue Town Ball Field.
Throw it in the chat, guys. Throw that in the address in the chat.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
going off that point, it's again, I can't, you know, Facebook, the Facebook page that we have that I sent that link out today. You get on there and then organize your little meetups through there. And, you know, not just KB baseball, but, you know, people that live down here in Florida and Connecticut and New Jersey and New York, Long Island, everything. So it's a good way of meeting new people, meeting campers like yourself, and you know, sharing the memories of camp after camp is done. So
The Long Island boys try to play those stiffs from Jersey.
Can I just add, we have a
The
team
Long
in
Island boys.
that needs some pitching and a catcher.
I think every team needs pitching and catching, Ned.
In Long Island, we have
Those
a
are
team.
two essential things for a team.
So if anybody wants to play, Ned Newhouse, let me know. Catcher and pitcher. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else? Glenn, are you in bed?
To the rookies, just if he's always in bed. To the rookies, just so you all know, yeah, this is a great call. You see it on the Facebook posts and stuff like that, but you guys are looking forward to it. And when we can tell you, we can sit here and talk for the next 20 minutes, hour, whatever it is. Anything that we will say cannot put it into the experience that the men that you see on this screen with the blue shirt and the hair glad, the ear pods and everything else that he does for this camp.
Hair
It is
glasses.
something that
Nice.
you will never ever forget, especially that first time walking in that clubhouse. So, as Doug, as always, I salute you, sir.
Thank you, Georgie. Now, I enjoy my job, guys. I strive to make it a excellent week for everybody, not just you guys, the coaches too, and everybody involved. I know it's a lot of work for one person to do it, but I've been doing it for this long, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way. So
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
I will continue to do what I can to make these events exciting and fun and bring new ideas and new things to the table. You know, sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. I don't know if the home run derby thing will work. If it doesn't, chalk it up as a loss, get rid of it. We'll figure something else out next year. So
We need to have a karaoke night. Night.
God, that could be scary.
Here we go, squirrel.
That could be scary. I don't know about that, but you know, I've been doing this for a long time, and I think I'm the longest tenured fantasy camp director at this point. So, and I do talk with other teams and other camps, and they're always asking us what we're doing, and a lot of the camps are taking cues from ours. So I like to see ours as like a leader in the industry. I could be wrong, but you know, we or yeah, I don't know. This camp is special, and you know, it's busy and full for a reason. You know, you know, a lot of you guys have been on the wait list for 2-3 years now, and you finally got in. I'm sorry it took so long, but you know, there's a reason when, you know, 218 of your people, or 210 out of 218 people renew. So that's saying something. So you're part of what we call the Mets family fantasy camp. You'll hear that tossed around a lot. Coaches are involved in that. We're, you know, as campers, and you know, me and the coaches, you know, we strive to make it good. So, you know, if you ever have any questions or any concerns or something upsets you or whatever it is, you know, let me talk to me. I will always go at it even kill until I can figure out what the hopefully no issue is. But with that being said, guys, if you guys don't have any more questions, that's all I got. Feel free to hang around and talk. Last time we did this, I think we stood around for an hour and a half after.
On that note about the camps, yours is definitely the best one. I've been to 6 of them, and
yeah.
you're definitely the best.
Ed's the traitor here. He keeps going to all these other camps.
No, I'm just checking out. I checked them out.
Or he's my spy. One of the two.
I've been to 6 Major League Fantasy camps, and Doug, yours in the New York Mets is the best one.
Hey Ed, how about that Red Sox reunion where you have to pay another $800 to do it?
Well, yeah, it's a little pricey, but it was fun. I got it. It was a good time. It was a good time playing in Fenway.
It is Fenway. It is Fenway. It is Fenway.
It is Fenway Park.
Pitch at Red Sox. Yeah.
Hey, Bobblehead, what are the camps? What are the camps? Mets, Colorado,
Colorado, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Boston, and I kind of lost. I think I lost count. I'm running out of room in my closet. I'm running out of room in my closet for uniforms.
Hojo does the Tigers camp too, right? I know that, right?
Hojo was my coach in January.
Was he?
Yes, he was. I have a picture of him. He and I in our Tigers uniforms. I never knew Hojo smoked cigars either. That was a learning curve for me at that camp.
Actually, it's funny you should mention the Reds camp. I actually invited her to come to our camp, since our camp's in November and theirs was in January. So Erin there and at the Reds, she's awesome. Her and I have been working together for years when I always had to steal Doug Flynn from her because he was the commissioner. So
yeah, well, actually, Doug, Hojo, I loved him. He was great. Does he think about coming back? I'm sure, right? Or does he know? Or
yeah. I mean, he actually lives down here now. So
yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Yeah, he just moved down here, so it's even more doable for him. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, no, he had a blast. The last time he went to camp was back in. I mean, I tried to get him to come every year, and they wouldn't let me. But now that all that's changed, I was able to bring him back. So he loved it, and it was so good to have him back and see him back in a Mets uniform. But you know, I don't see why he wouldn't.
Yeah, I FaceTimed with him last week. He was pretty excited.
Yeah. Anthony turned into a dog.
Hey Doug, the video guys, they did a really nice tribute at the end there. I really enjoyed it.
That was part of the delay. As some of the rookies may or may not know, Jeff Ennis, he was an amazing guy. He'd been coming to our camp for, I think I brought him in 2018. Former Met, obviously. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Great man.
Unfortunately, he passed away of cancer that had come back pretty aggressively. So we'll acknowledge him this coming camp. You know, it's very sad. I mean, I've gone through a few of these since I started fantasy camp, and it's never easy, as we all know. So, amazing guy. He'll be forever be in our hearts. You know, he was one of a kind guy. But yeah, I mean, hey, that's what this is about. You meet new people, you make new friends, you become friendly, you walk away with people's phone numbers, and you talk in the off season, and you meet up and have dinners together and stuff like that. So it's really a special moment.